episode 10, last episode for now in our series, The Spiritual Preparation of an Adult. Yeah, ready?
Yeah. Yes, let's
for
do
episode
it.
10.
Let's do it.
So, Madara, Dada, we are
hello.
filming from Bratislava. It's already dark outside
Yeah.
at this moment. So you can see shadows behind us from ourselves and plants. But
We are doing it.
we are doing it.
Yes, we want to think and reflect on a topic called the adult's lifelong inner work.
Adults' lifelong inner work. And as you said before we started, you said that it's kind of summing up
Yeah.
everything we've been discussing in this series.
Yeah, and it's connected together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I look back at the other episodes, it's sometimes hard to distinguish the topics,
Yeah.
to separate different topics because they are so connected to each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are all internal part of our inner world.
Yes.
And
And this is exactly what I want to talk about, if you ask me the question.
yes, I will. I will.
If you ask me the question, this is
Yeah.
exactly what I want to talk about.
Yes, sure. Give me a moment, please.
Yeah.
So the question is, how does the adult's growth directly serve the child's future?
Okay, so here I want to go into maybe some heavy stuff in a way first. I want to mention generational and multi-generational trauma. And in Montessori, especially in the 6 to 12 classroom, we very much stress the interdependence of everything on the earth and in the universe actually. So interdependence is a key aspect for our work in the 6 to 12 classroom. And I also found out that Buddha, 2,500 years ago, spoke about the interconnected co-arising of phenomena. So he said nothing exists independently. Everything is a part of a web of a mutual influence. Arising and ceasing together. So arising and ceasing together. It is often summarized as, if this exists, that exists. If this ceases to exist, that also ceases to exist. Big thoughts, but we'll unpack it. For example, a leaf contains the sun and the earth and the sky, obviously the irrigation, the sunlight, the minerals. So the leaf is not a separate phenomena.
Yeah.
So if the sun ceases to exist, the leaf ceases to exist. Or if the soil or minerals or irrigation. So neither are we separate as human beings. So that's the point. That's the point where I was going. And okay, you might think, Buddha, he was just a spiritual speaker. Who is he to talk about it? There is science behind this nowadays. So for example, there is a psychiatrist. His name is Daniel Siegel.
Okay.
And he came up with the phrase interpersonal neurobiology. Interpersonal neurobiology, if you want to read more, find Daniel Siegel. And he talked about that our brains are connected. So our nervous systems are connected. So if you enter a space where something or somebody is in a certain emotional state, that affects your brain immediately. And we know that. We go into a room and we can exactly say what's happening in here, and then we say, oh, there's an elephant in the room in some situations. So we know that. Just the science speaks about it now too. So this affects our nervous system, and our nervous systems are connected. And just how we know the trees are connected. So it happens in nature, but we are a part of nature. And so it happens to us too. So human beings are connected. So in fact, in general, like we are part of large network of that ultimately includes everything in the universe, of course. But but at the same time, we can zoom in a bit and say that we are absolutely dependent on the our closest environment. That's for sure. We're absolutely dependent and interconnected. So how we form is very much based on our environment, not just in a sense of what our parents do or say or adults do or say, but who are they being when they say or do things. So we have touched this before. So we download trauma from generation to generation like this, because even whatever they hold inside of them, it is in the environment. We cannot.
And I would
escape
even
it.
go further that by inheriting the cell system,
Yes.
the genetical information,
Yes.
the message is already there in a vibrational
Yes.
state. So I
Yes.
think even if we would be growing up in a different environment, we still would keep at least part of this generational pattern or
Yes.
behavior.
I'm not a neurobiologist, so I don't know. However, how I understood it, that yes, you have genes, but the environment has a bigger impact
Sure.
than your genes.
Yes.
Significantly
I
bigger.
don't.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
so you, for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the next thing I wanted to talk about, not about genetics, but epigenetics, something called epigenetics. And it's a study, so how behaviors and environment cause changes in genes, how they work. So unlike genetic changes, epigenetics are reversible.
Okay.
So you can actually reverse them and dictate whether the genes are turned on or off.
Yeah.
So you can have the gene of a potentiality of something, but the environment will say
Or influence.
either it is turned on or off. This possibility of something, an illness or also an emotional or mental illness, you know. So I have often heard people saying regarding illnesses, actually, oh yes, my grandma had it, my mom had it, this is normal, I have it. But it's not really normal, you know. It's just this passing on generational stuff onto each other. So, you know, it's activated because you kind of pass it on in the environment from generation to generation. And this is not to blame anybody, because we really don't know. We don't know where it started. It didn't start anywhere in particular. It simply is a fact, and we can work with it. And maybe I will just add here one more example. I have a friend, because it relates to this, what she said to me, that it's so interesting to talk to her because she has been living with family patterns in her marriage now. So her partner brought some family patterns and she brought in their marriage. And it's lovely that both partners are in therapy. So they're working on themselves. And she always tells me, she says, oh gosh, it's so hard, you know, it's so hard, and I hate it at times to dig and to solve these things. But she said something beautiful. She said, at least it stops with us. At least it stops with us. And my daughter will hopefully not have to go through the same things as us and many generations before us. So I think it's a very good point why the adult's lifelong inner work is important.
Yeah, I really like it. And there are so many points to think about. And we could now move to maybe more like practical or different angle of this topic, which is not like more or less meaningful, but how could we think or maybe describe in a simple way practices which can serve us or help us or support us in this process of working on ourselves. Like, what could we mean by that? And I have 3 examples, and I'm sure we could add more and more to it. So I would start with using the observation. We were talking before, more times even, and trying really to practice the non-judgmental style of it, like really trying to be as objective as possible. Then really being able to look at the skill of waiting or holding us back a little bit and not reacting. You know,
So
like,
patience, we spoke about that in one of the
yeah,
episodes.
yeah, or just give the space and time to the children do something and not jump into it, or give maybe a little bit more space as before, like really move or make the space bigger than before, and then act without ego and emotional disturbance. So these 3 are quite obvious, strong, and enough clear we could start with. And if you have anything to add to it, or maybe continue with something.
Yeah, I maybe just want to say that, especially about the last one, ego and emotional disturbance, we have an episode on that, and we discussed that. So I don't think we should repeat ourselves on this one.
Okay.
And then wait without
reacting.
Wait without reacting. Wait without reacting. Yeah, we say in Montessori, we say respond rather than react. Reaction is immediate. I see something, I jump in, try to fix it or try to help. But we would like to practice response, and response means I stop, take a breath or 2.
Observe a little bit.
Hopefully, count to 10.
Yeah.
Count to 10 and then think.
Maybe think about it, what I have seen.
Exactly.
Is there really necessary to do something? And if then what? And then do it.
Yeah. And this is a good point also when I think about myself. I often react toward myself rather than respond. I would react out of fear or a pattern behavior.
Automatic.
It's completely automatic. Exactly. And to be brave to say, I will think about it. I often have this with saying yes to meetings. If I would have a free spot somewhere, okay, yes, let's have a call. Yes, I will meet you there. And then at the end of the day, I had this year, I had spring fully planned in the beginning of January.
Okay.
Somehow. And I was not happy about it because I reacted. Yes, you offer me something. Yes, let's do it. Yes, man, you know.
And the intention can be good because these can be all worthy actions or programs or meetings. So
however, when I did stop and look at my agenda for this spring, I was not happy. So that then after some time it showed my real feeling about it, you know, and would be good to be less reactive toward ourselves too.
Yeah, sure. And I like what you mentioned, definitely. This more like this approach of being more aware also of our actions and reactions as well, and maybe choosing wiser or really do this like conscious evaluation what really serves me, and maybe think also of the self-care we were mentioning previously, that we need also rest and some space for not plan anything in the context of your schedule, and this is also a part of these healthy practices
Yes.
for the lifelong inner work.
Yeah.
So we could really add maybe even a long list of
Yes.
practices, but at least these few, and it really brings us sort of to each topic of this series, which really were chosen to show the bright spectrum of the spiritual preparation of the adult. That it's really a lot of topics to think of and then
Yes.
work on or include into our practice.
Yeah.
And that what we were mentioning at the beginning, by trying to explain what we mean by the word spiritual, that's not about religion, but it is about our inner world,
Yeah.
our inner life, our character, about building or transforming or recreating our traits of behavior, new skills, maybe refresh old ones or really release them, or find new ones which serve us better or add to the toolkit we already have. To be really a role model for the children around us, or to have more fulfilling life as an adult person. So,
And you said about the role modeling for children, and then this first one of
observing without judgment.
observing without judgment. If we do that in front of children, we are able to express what we see factually, and it doesn't have a negative or a positive connotation in different scenarios, which affect then child's development in a certain way. You know, oh, my teacher describes this my behavior a bad one, and this behavior is good one.
But also not only that it's more objective or not hurting to anybody, but I think that if we practice the neutral observation, it affects our ability to really see what's in front of us in different way compared to what if we do it judgmentally, then it's not really observed fact. It's our perception
Interpretation
of the reality in front of us. So in this way we don't get to the information, to the factual information we need in order to be able to find useful ways of approaching the child and helping him develop in accordance to his true needs. So it makes really sense to
practice it.
To be aware that it should be non-judgmental and neutral, and and definitely work on it to make it more and more or stronger and stronger. So we wanted to conclude that it's really a lifelong process. That it's not ending in June. And even though the school year may be at the end and we have 2 months of vacation or another time of different type of work, maybe not directly in contact with children, but we still continue with this lifelong inner work. We are still staying in contact with our inner truth, with this center in us, and we can even experience different types of situations, not directly related to children, but we still, hopefully, are learning and building or creating this inner world and make it I'm not sure if stronger is the right word, but maybe more flourishing and adding new tools into the kit to when the time comes, maybe September, maybe some other moment, maybe if it's a family life and we are in the role of a parent, we can build on it or use it. And so I would say it's like exchange, like we build it in order to be able to use it, and then we learn from using it because there comes the response or the effect in using it with the child and or with other people. It can definitely happen that we get the feedback also from other adults, maybe, because if we are working on ourselves, it will have effect on every type of communication. It doesn't matter with whom. And so we are becoming more like truly ourselves, like we are getting more and more connected with us and authentic, content, and as you mentioned, that we are at the beginning, that we are connected like trees and we are part of the nature, then we sort of indirectly can influence also other people and not only the children. And this is another effect of the continuous inner work. And so it sort of comes to me as a really worthy topic, because if we would focus on the spiritual preparation of the adult just from the like perspective of lifelong self-growth goal, and not even related to Montessori pedagogy, it's worthy enough. And so we tried to even apply it to Montessori and see it through the lens of Montessori pedagogy in context with our goal to serve the child. So I feel very like satisfied with the outcome, and I feel that it was meaningful and that there were lots of thoughts which moved me further. I was not connecting them in this sense, and I'm really grateful we did it. And I would like to ask is there something you would like to add?
As a conclusion or more on this topic?
Whatever you feel could be.
Yes, maybe I would like to say a little bit about this inner work from my own experience. When I just started going deep into this work, it took me a few years, I would say up to 3 years, and it felt like nothing's changing in my life. I remember sometimes running, as I am a runner normally, and thinking how much longer I have to keep going this way without visible change. And then everything changed in one day. There's kind of like, I compare it to a seesaw that so the heaviness is down here and it's keeping the other end of the seesaw up. So then one by one you remove the bricks or whatever are those flaws, character flaws, beliefs, negative beliefs or limiting beliefs, from this side of the seesaw, and when you have removed 51%, the head, it changes. So now suddenly you are more grounded. Immediately, it just happens like this. You're grounded suddenly, and yes, there's still here up here like 49% of bricks.
Yeah.
But it is lighter than you. That heaviness, trauma, limiting beliefs, everything we have accumulated throughout our lives. And for me, it's a clear metaphor that it's worth working on it, on our inner, and then life has a different taste. Yeah. Suddenly, life has a different taste.
And let's imagine together, dear friends, that this would experience every guide in the Montessori context or in another context of school system, and with this attitude and feeling this lightness and meaningfulness after really experiencing this 51%, then goes and serves the children.
Yes.
I'm sure that the world will be instantly different.
Yes, definitely.
And I think we can use this metaphor as closing thought and really end up with our reflection. Would you like to read it?
I don't have it.
Okay,
however, what about the quote?
Yeah.
Should I remember I shared with you this one quote that kind of also sums up?
Yes.
I will read it and then let's do.
Sure.
We have one more. I have one more quote from Guadalupe Barbola, who wrote the article for AMI webpage called Spiritual Preparation of the Adult. And she talked, for me, it sums up this series very nicely.
Sure.
Learning from the child is learning through love. And this is the best way to learn. Yeah. A loving teacher is a teacher that gives with open arms and shows himself when he has been able to establish a bond of trust. Then he is completely transparent and shows himself in an authentic way. This is a reciprocal act. We take from the child his unconditional love and we give it back through our spiritual development. I think it's beautiful.
I love it. I really love it. And so let's add the last thought for now. The closing reflection goes, how am I allowing the child to educate me?
How I am allowing child to educate me. It reminds me what parents often say. I have heard parents say, child is my best teacher or something like that. I've heard it from parents.
Yeah. So if we really come to this contact with the child without the brick wall we were talking before.
Yes.
With the heart, like to serve.
Yeah.
Through action, purposeful action, then we can get back a lot, which can be our education, and it can inspire us to continue further on this journey of lifelong inner preparation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Bye. See you
Bye.
at another time.
See you.